Hey there, and welcome back to Arlin Plays Mega Man X, Episode 14, Sigma Level 3. Let's get started. You know, I did just notice something, and it was something that I wouldn't have been able to notice when I was a kid. But I noticed that the symbol for Sigma involves the mathematical, or the Greek symbol, Sigma, which, given my lack of math knowledge and lack of knowledge of Greek, I would never have gotten that when I was a kid. But it is a nice touch that it involves that and just adding some fangs and designs, really. Alright, who's up here? Ah, why hello there. We meet again. And pop! I have now substantially limited your options, sir. No more blocking for you. God, it really removes a ton of his armor. I never realized just how much of his armor goes away when you do that. You know, it occurs to me I should have used the Hadoken on him, but oh well. I don't tend to rely on it, and I like using the weaknesses of different people to see what they do. Though, to be fair, I've seen that before. Wow, they're really just throwing them at us quick. Of course, to be fair, they've only gone through, what, 4 of them thus far, so they gotta get the rest of them in. Why, hello there. He jumps up too fast, so I would never be able to get the Hadoken off on him. You know, now I'm curious just how long their tongues normally get in relation to their body, because that is easily the length of his entire body, including the tail. And admittedly, there is freedom. I mean, he is a robot. It's not like he has to follow the exact specifications of the animal he was originally based on, but it would be a nice touch. Though I'm pretty sure that they didn't take that into account. I mean, that's something that I probably wouldn't have. At least not until thinking about it later. You know what would be a nice thing to add in here? It might be kind of interesting, since you do end up fighting these things more than once, if you actually got like an upgrade to your power each time you killed the same boss again. They're unlikely to try that, but it's an interesting idea. Alright, who's next on the agenda? Oh, why hello there. Now I get to see if I can, well, functionally stun lock him. Because I know I used to do that. Yep. That right there. I mean, I appreciate that you want it to have an effect, and I do like that it has an effect on him, as opposed to most of their weaknesses, which don't. But the fact that you can completely stun lock him, like, and I don't even have to try to avoid most of his attacks because I'm too busy just annihilating him. Yeah, his threat is definitely reduced. I mean, he's still more interesting to me than some of the bosses that I've faced, but being able to lock him up like that is kind of disappointing, I'll admit. Underwater section. I wonder who we're facing next. Oh, gods. I'm not looking forward to this. But there is one thing that I want to try, because I distinctly remember this. I know that Rolling Shield is his weakness, but I'm pretty sure that Boomerang Cutter has some kind of special effect on him. Look at that! After 3 hits, his limbs fall off. He really can't do a whole lot now. And it appears that when he can't shoot off the fish, I can time it easier to get past his onslaught of missiles. This is a lot easier. Still, I learned quite a lot the last time, so I'm not complaining too much about it. But yeah, it's the fact that he was shooting out the fish and the torpedoes before that was throwing me off and making it so hard to get a hit in. Or maybe I'm just remembering wrong, that's entirely possible. Okay. Now I want to know what's over there, so I'm going to have to find out. Okay, so apparently I got some things. Okay, that's interesting. Apparently those things aren't even considered enemies. Or at least near as I can tell. I mean, your homing missiles don't go after them at all. Oh hey, it's the other boss in which I was pretty sure that the boomerang cutter does something interesting too. Though I can't help but wonder why, if it cuts off... Okay, if it cuts off both of these things, why it doesn't cut anything off of Stink Chameleon. I mean, maybe he's just tougher? Okay, I'm kind of amused that he can actually fire those off even when he doesn't have a trunk. Now he looks kind of like a pig bat thing. But it looks like that removing his trunk just removes his ability to use oil. And it appears that I just apparently wasn't very good when I was fighting him the last time, because, I mean, realistically he didn't use much by way of different tactics, but I still had a lot easier of a time this time. Okay, what do we got here? Dino tank or something? Okay, that's not his weakness. What do we got? Let's see. Oh, clearly I have to hit the top part. Okay, I don't want to get hit by that. Nope, it's not that. Nope, not that. Apparently they can knock me off the walls, which is very different from... Aha! Okay, it aims slightly. Good to know. And take you out. That was incredibly dangerous. Still, I like what they did there. I mean, he didn't seem like much of a threat, but the fact that he can knock you off the walls and that his two parts both did damage. I'm curious if it instant kills you or something when the two halves crush you between them, but I guess that's for another time. And that concludes this episode of Arlin Plays. If you at all liked what you saw, please click like and highly consider subscribing. I have a new video coming out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the foreseeable future. If you have any suggestions for games you'd like to see or comments, leave them below and I shall look at them. Next time on Arlin Plays, Sigma Level 4. Hope to see you there.